Today we're going to do a confidence interval problem for the difference of two proportions. So in this problem above, we have two proportions, random sample of 100 US adults where 60% of them prefer YouTube to live TV, and a random sample of 100 US teens where 80% of them prefer YouTube to live TV. Our goal is to construct a 90% confidence interval for the difference in those two proportions. So we're going to lay some things out first. I'm going to call group 1 my adults. So p hat 1 would be 0.6, and I'm going to call group 2 the teens. So p hat 2 is 0.8. So now we're going to check our conditions like we do every time. These are the same conditions that we've had with confidence intervals for one proportion, except for you have two things to check here because we have two groups. So we have two random independent samples. So random independent samples. And then two, our 10% condition, so 10 times 100 equals 1,000, and same for both groups because they both are the same sample size. So 1,000 is less than all US adults, and it's also less than all US teens. So our second condition's checked. Now our third condition, if you recall, it's n times p hat is greater than or equal to 10, and n times 1 minus p hat is greater than or equal to 10. So n here in both of these situations is 100. P hat for the adults is 0.6, so that would be 60 is greater than or equal to 10, and 40 is greater than or equal to 10. Same thing for the teens. 80 is greater than or equal to 10, and 20 is greater than or equal to 10. Your conditions are now all met. Now let's take a look at what this formula looks like for this type of confidence interval for difference of two proportions problems. If you recall, we have our statistics, so p hat 1 minus p hat 2 plus or minus your critical value, which with proportions is always z star, times that standard deviation here. This is going to be a lot bigger because we have to combine both proportions from both groups. So we have p hat 1 times 1 minus p hat 1 over n1 plus p hat 2 times 1 minus p hat 2 over n2. And really quickly, I'm just going to plug those numbers in here. So I have 0.6 minus 0.8 plus or minus the z star for that 95% or 90% confidence is 1.645, and then the square root of 0.6 times 0.4 over 100 plus 0.8 times 0.2 over 100. If you wanted to do all of this mathematical calculations, go for it. Otherwise, you can feel free to use this calculator function, 2 prop z int. So if you follow this, two proportions, it's a z interval, and we come up with, and both of these should be very close to each other in numbers, negative 0.304 to negative 0.096. Our last step in any confidence interval problem is to make sure that we interpret the interval. So we are going to do that now. We are 90% confident that the true difference in proportion of adults and teens who prefer live TV falls between negative 30%, so negative 0.304 and negative 0.096. And there you have it.